Yep.
When can we expect you back in the ring?
December 1st, I'm back. Yeah, December 1st, we gonna get it, man.
Yo, that's kind of like the old Tevin Farmer. That would be like 3 fights in like 7 months.
Yeah, 6 months. 3 fights in 6 months. What is it? June, then September, and then
that's it.
December. 6 months. Yeah. So we locked in, man. We gonna run it up. We gonna get our timing back. Top of next year, I should be fighting for world title again at 130, and then I'm gonna try to get them other names at 130. You know, when I had the world championship before, I couldn't really get the big names that I wanted because of politics. But I think a lot of fights, unifications, and undisputed fights is happening now. So I think when I become champion again, 2 times, I'll be able to get the fights again. I'll be able to get them now versus before. And I'm going for Joe Cordina, the 130-pound top rank guy. I think he's moving up though. And O'Shaquie Foster, I'm going for all them dudes, man. I got to take over that division before I move up to 35. But if I can't get the fights, I'm moving up to 35.
Okay. Speaking of 130, a guy that just fought Josh Warrington, Lee Wood stopped him. He's talking about moving up to 130. Could we expect that? Because I know you've had dealings with Matchroom.
Yeah, if it makes sense, if it's for a world title or something, it makes sense. But I'll take it regardless. It just got to make sense, you know. At this point in my career, everything got to make sense. I'm much more intelligent and knowledgeable about the boxing game now, so everything's got to make sense.
I saw you had a little back and forth with O'Shaquie Foster. You let him know that you was coming.
Yeah.
And he seems like he wants that fight. Is that the fight that makes the most sense, or you have to see how the options stack up?
I just gotta see how the options stack up. You know, we don't know, because like years ago before I got the IBF, I was ranked number 3 in WBC, and I ended up fighting for the IBF. So you never know how the card's gonna unfold, but their fight will be a banger. Our styles is I think they look good together.
What's the biggest difference between this Tevin Farmer and the Tevin Farmer 3-4 years ago?
My weight cuts. That's the difference. My weight cuts is gonna show, and then I'm just you know, I only had 16 amateur fights, so my pro career I'm really learning. I really had to learn on my pro fights. You know, I ain't had the luxury of learning in the amateurs and then going pro and then having a big team behind me and moving me the right way. I had went straight from 16 amateur fights straight to the pros and just basically learning how to do certain shit. I did it the hard way, and now I'm much more intelligent. I'm in my prime. I'm only 33. I just turned 33. I feel good. I'm still outrunning the youngest fighters. I'm still out sparring. So I ain't lose a beat.
Now, you said earlier if you can't get big fights at 130, you'll move to 135.
Yeah.
What does Tevin Farmer look like at 135 pounds?
I've been at 35 before. I fought there plenty of times, so it's just gonna be just.
Well, I'm talking about this Tevin Farmer. Like, what will we have to look forward to?
Oh my gosh, it's just stronger, better, everything, bro. Everything. I can't wait. I can't wait to get to 130 belt. Try to get the big fights, and then be going up to 35 and see what's there, what we can do.
What fights will make sense at 35?
All of them. They all big fights. All big fights up there. So, you know, I'll go up there and see what makes sense, you know. You got to play the game like everybody else. You got to see what makes sense, but I definitely want the big fights.
Okay. Thanks, Tev. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you, my boy.